This week on the Computer Chronicles, a guide to online trading. We'll show you how to set up an account with an online broker, then how to manage your portfolio once you start trading. We'll get some investment advice from one of the web's top Wall Street experts, Jon Markman, and we'll show you a very powerful high-end investment tool called Window on Wall Street. Plus, my pick of the week, the new color version of the Palm Pilot. It's all coming up next on the Computer Chronicles.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by BigStar.com, with thousands of videos and DVDs for the whole family. Additional support by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. And by TVA, Television Associates, bridging the worlds of computers and video with DVD authoring and MPEG encoding services.
Hi, and welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee. There's a common aphorism in the new burgeoning world of online trading that thanks to the PC and the internet, the little guy now has the same tools available to him or her as the big guys on Wall Street. The charts, the graphs, the alerts, the analysis, the projections. Hey, who wants to be a millionaire? Just sign up for one of the many new low-cost online brokerage services, and maybe you'll think Nirvana is trading online for $8 a trade. Is it really that easy? Well, we're about to find out. The first step, of course, is to open up an account with an online broker. And here to show us how that works is Bob Flowers of DLJ Direct. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Stuart. How are you this morning?
All right, so let's take a look at your site here. There's actually two ways to look at your site, right? This is sort of the plain view, but you have an enhanced version called Market Speed. What's that?
Sure. Well, let me show you this. This is our standard internet site right here. When you come to
this,
I
log on, this is your homepage.
Right, and down here you'll see some software that says Market Speed.
Okay.
What I would suggest people do is log on that. When they do, this site will come up.
Is that a plug-in, a download, or that's?
It'll come down automatically.
Okay.
It'll take about 7 minutes to get there.
Now, what's the difference in this screen now?
This screen has a different technology. We have gotten a number of awards. Those awards were on the site that we were just looking at, but this is a step further than that. What this does is this pulls into the individual's computer a software package that takes and paints the screens for the individual. The only thing that will change is just the data that
So
has
it's
changed.
faster because only the changing stuff is moving.
Up to 8 times faster, yes.
Gotcha. All right, so let's get to the issue here. I say, cool idea, everybody's making money. I want to make money. I want to become a client of DLJ Direct. How do I do it?
All you do is come to the website, click on Apply Online, which we have right here. Pick the type of account you want to open up, let's say an individual account, and merely go through and fill in the information that's required. Very simple to use. If you haven't filled the information in where you go to move to the next screen, it will stop you and say you forgot to fill this
Now,
form.
how's the finance part of this work? How do I put money in my account?
There are a number of ways to get money in. We are one of the few firms that allows an individual to complete the application process and do a trade. There's an immediate check in there, economic check.
So you do a credit check on me, but I can trade right away and then pay the bill, basically.
Absolutely, absolutely, up to $15,000.
Gotcha, okay.
Now, once you've done that, then you merely come to the section of your account that says Trading, and we will click on that as soon as we have some information for you.
Waiting for the good internet here. All right, so this is going to give me what, a view of the a transaction I just conducted or my entire portfolio?
It will bring up what we call an order ticket.
Okay. So what are we looking at here?
What we're looking at here right now is a very summary, a brief summary of what the account holds. You can see the orders here. You can see the executions that have occurred. You can see holdings in the account.
All right, so let's say I've conducted a trade. Now, how long does it take for that actually to happen, and how do I know it's really happened and at what price?
Well, you come to the order screen like we have right here.
Okay.
You pick what you're going to buy, whether it's a stock, mutual fund, an option, or whatever. You determine how you're going to buy it, whether you're going to buy, sell, or whatever. So we're going to buy. You put in the name of the security. If you don't know the name of the security, you can click on Find Symbol, and it'll help you. The quantity, what type of order.
Yeah, now go through that. What are the different ways I can buy here?
Well, if we look at the type of order here, we can buy a market order, which means I want to buy the stock at the best available price at that moment in time.
I want to buy it now.
Right now.
Right.
If you click on a limit, what you are saying is, I want to buy the stock, but I want to limit my price to no more
this
than...
price, no more.
No more.
Okay.
You can put a stop order in, which is primarily another technique, and
Gotcha.
all or none, or fill or kill orders. So let's say that we are going to go in with a market order, in this case. If it were a limit order, since we would be picking a price, we would type that in, and then we come down and we try to send the order. We click on Send Order, and the screen comes back and says, please enter valid quantity. Well, okay, I forgot to put the number of shares in, so I type in 100 shares. I come down, I put in the type of account, cash or whatever, and I send the trade. Now this is live, so you can...
So you really just bought something?
I haven't bought it yet. This is telling me, this is what you were telling me you want to do.
All right.
So I look at the ticket and I say yes.
Now buy it.
And now I buy.
Okay.
And so now this is going down through the floor, coming back. You've already placed an order on the security. You may wish to check your order status. No, I don't want to check the order status. Let's come back and see where we're at.
Yeah. Real quick, just a couple other things. Do I have the ability to look at my whole portfolio here and see what my status is right now and what's up and what's down and so on?
You absolutely do. We can come to holdings or orders if you're looking at orders. It will bring up the orders that are in currently right now. And if there was an execution, it would show you that execution right at this point.
What about things like news related to stocks I own, alerts about certain price points? Can I do that here?
You can set alerts, you can set news, you can set a number of different things. I can take you to a section called Markets on our website, which will give you, at a quick glance, exactly where the major indices are. And if I come down to and the indice number, we happen to have brought up right now all of the Dow stocks right now. So you can see every stock that's in the Dow and whether it's up, down, and live. If I click on the stock, if I double click on the stock, you'll see a chart come up, and it will also list all the news that's occurred on that stock.
All right, so I go online, sign up, presumably I have good credit, I'm in business.
You're on your way.
Thanks a lot, Bob.
Thank you.
All right, well, once you're in the market, you'd better get into the business of managing your financial information. It's kind of important to know what the market's doing. It's also important to know how you are doing. One way to do that is with one of the popular personal finance management packages. And here to show us how you would do it with Quicken, for example, is Teresa McGinnis. Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Stuart.
All right, so I've just taken the big plunge, opened up an account with DLJ Direct. I'm buying and selling stuff. How do I use, I guess you have two things, Quicken the software and Quicken.com, the website, to know what's going on and manage my finances properly now?
Well, here we'll start in the My Finances page, which gives you an overview of all of your finances. So investing, we're concentrating on...
Now, where did all this information come from? Did I manually enter this or what?
Some of it could have been manually entered, but Quicken has connectivity with over 1,000 financial institutions, so a lot of that data is automatically downloaded. Your banking, your credit card, and your
All right, in other words, so
statement.
if I have a DLJ account, if I have a 401k, if I have other investments, it can
IRAs.
all come in here together.
Yes, all in one place. So what we'll do now is update. So you've been away from your desk all day, and you're going to update your Quicken data.
So what is my financial status at this moment?
This time. We can download quotes from Quicken.com, any security news or any news on any of your investments. You can also download your brokerage transactions, buys, sells for the week or the day, however often you download. Banking, credit cards, we can also pay our bills. You can also export your portfolio if you want to look at your investments during the day when you're away.
So let's focus on the investment side there. So I want to see a summary then of where I stand right now. How is this different from what Bob just showed me on DLJ Direct when I was looking at what my status of my account was?
This is all of your financial accounts and all the different areas of your finances, not just your investments and not just one brokerage institution. So we're looking across financial institutions as well as across the areas of your finances with banking, investments.
All right, now how can I use Quicken to decide what I ought to be doing? In other words, to take a look at what my asset allocation is and how much I have in different areas and whether it's right for me and so on.
Okay, well, we'll look at it in Quicken 2000. We've got an asset allocation monitor. So here we see what your current asset allocation is. And here's what your target is based on what kind of return you wanted to see. So we see here you might be a little too conservative. You're heavier in domestic bonds than large cap stocks. So what do? Quicken helps you or guides you to rebalance your portfolio.
Now, how does it do that?
It looks at your different allocation and sees where your weighting's a little off.
All right, so it makes a recommendation, sell a little bit of this, buy a little bit more of that or whatever?
Yeah, in a generic sense in that you need more large cap stocks. So how do you go about doing that? And this is where we link in, again, with Quicken.com to cut through some of that clutter and all that information and help you search for what kind of funds you were looking for. So let's go with popular searches. Say I'm a novice investor. I don't really know how to evaluate stocks. this will guide me through some steps of what to look for when I'm looking for particular stocks.
All right, so even if I'm a newbie and I know nothing and I just opened my account and that stuff sort of scares me, the stuff on Quicken is sort of simple, so I could figure this all out?
Yes, and then Quicken.com provides some step-by-step guides to how to evaluate a stock, how to compare different stocks.
All right, so how do I decide to make a plan? I say, yeah, everybody's making money on this stuff. I want to do this too. I mean, how much can I afford to invest? How should I create that asset allocation in the first place?
You look at when you're in the monitor, you can set your target allocation. And a lot of this is based on what kind of risk and return you want to see. So if I want to...
all right, so I can say, hey, I'm a very conservative guy. I'm a little more risk tolerant or whatever.
So based on what kind of return you want, you're going to have a suggested model portfolio just for you. So if I want to see different model portfolios, I can say, you know, I'm willing to take a little more risk. I want a higher return. This is what my asset allocation
What about the tax aspects of this? I mean, it's terrific. I'm making all this money, but hey, I sell this thing. I made money. Now how much am I going to have to pay the government for this?
And that's where Quicken is great at helping you kind of before you sell as well as after you sell. Before you sell, you might want to look at the capital gains estimator tool, and that will give an indication of what kind of tax impact you're going to have with the sale. So say I wanted to sell some Cisco.
All right, so if I were to sell it, this is what the tax
This is what it would be.
bite would be, et cetera. How about really stepping back to fundamental planning? I want to plan retirement. I want to plan how much I have to save for my kids' college education and so on. Can I use this for that?
Yes, we also have integrated retirement planner and college planner. And if you just want to make your retirement plan now and not your college plan for your children, we kind of have it in bite-sized chunks.
All right, so like that chart, for example, what's that showing us?
This is showing that this particular user is going to meet their financial goals. It takes into account taxable and non-taxable accounts, the growth, the return, your current asset allocation.
So this guy would have $10 million in 2048.
If he's on plan
which
with
may
everything.
get him a car or something at that point, all right?
Yes.
All right, so can I use the Quicken.com then to actually gather all my financial information and manage my total finances in this environment?
Yes. You can download your data, like I said, into Quicken. You can also manage your portfolio up on Quicken.com during the day if you're away from your Quicken PC. So we handle all areas of that. And once again, Quicken's connected with all different kinds of financial institutions.
And again, the website is free, and then I buy the piece of software.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, well, coming up next, a look at good market information and bad market information on the web. We'll be right back. The internet has been great for making available new trading tools for the individual investor, but it is also great for perpetrating fraud and misinformation. Here to help us figure out the difference between those two is Jon Markman. Jon is an award-winning journalist and writer, the managing editor of MSN's Money Central, and the author of this brand new book, Online Investing, from Microsoft Press. Hi, Jon.
Hello.
I want you to talk to us and show us some of your favorite sites for getting good information about investments. And surprisingly, one of those on your list is Yahoo Finance.
Oh, it shouldn't be too surprising. Yahoo is a very popular site, and they've done a terrific job with their finance channel, which they call Yahoo Finance.
So it's a lot deeper than you might think from the fact that it's just Yahoo.
There's a tremendous amount of information available here. And one thing that people may not be aware of is the terrific job they do with world finance. Let's say you own a stock, a European stock that you know trades in Europe. You want to know how it's doing overnight before trading starts in New York. You can click here on Yahoo UK and Ireland, type in the name of that stock. I'm going to type in the symbol for ARM Holdings, which is a semiconductor company based in near London. And as you can see here, we can see overnight how it's trading in London, Frankfurt, Berlin, and Munich.
All right, so a nice, easy place if you're looking for the global market, not just the U.S. market.
Correct.
Let's talk about your site for a minute, MSN's Money Central. I know it's won a lot of awards for the best financial site and so on. Show us some of the cool things on there. One thing I like is that finder function you have there.
Yes, the investment finder is a stock screening engine. Stock screening engine is nothing more than a database that's constantly replenished with virtually every piece of information about the 8,500 stocks available to buy.
All right, so say that of all the stocks in a category, I want to apply a couple of parameters and say, only show me those that meet my investment criteria.
That's correct. Let's say, for instance, you want to buy large cap growth stocks.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can start off with company basics, market capitalization, greater than $10 billion. I'll type in the number 10 billion there. Don't have to know how many zeros. And you can see already we've cut the list down from 8,500 names to just 381.
All right.
And then you can
it's still pretty big.
Still pretty big, but we can keep refining it. There's over 550 different criteria you can enter
All right,
here.
so we'll set a standard for revenue growth year versus year.
I can do revenue growth greater than 15%. I can do earnings growth greater than 15%.
Okay. And you're just narrowing it to the ones that absolutely meet your criteria.
That's correct. And after you're done putting in all of your criteria, it's a good idea to actually rank all these somehow. I use a percent change last year.
So actually, of those that are left, which are the best performing ones according to my criteria?
Exactly. And click Run Search, and you'll see very quickly that of these 102 names, the best performers were
Broadvision, Qualcomm,
IT,
right.
etc.
Yeah. There's a lot of research, obviously, you can do in Money Central. Go to that area which deals with catalyst, because when a price moves, it moves because something has happened, some piece of information, some activity, and you help actually track that on your site.
That's correct. We created something called the Research Wizard, which allows you to very quickly understand what catalysts might affect your stocks trading in the future. It also helps you understand the fundamentals of that stock.
All right, so show us.
Let me show you that real fast. I've clicked on Research Wizard. I'm going to click on Catalysts. And Catalysts will show us company news and announcements, SEC documents, insider trading filings,
All right, so maybe see the information that's going to cause the price change before you actually see the price change.
Exactly. And here's that list.
All right, all the things that may have happened that other people saw. All right, real quickly, we don't have time to cover any of this in detail, I know, but a couple sites you like, briefing.com.
I like briefing.com because it provides the best source of high-quality news and commentary on the web about stocks.
All right, can we get that up here real quick? Just
sure.
We wait for the web here. Okay, so briefing.com gives you what again, basically?
News and commentary in real time. Basically, they start at the beginning of the day, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and throughout the day they constantly update information about both the broad market.
All right, so here it is.
Both about the broad market and about individual stocks. So if you know that an individual stock is moving up quite rapidly or falling, this is the place to go to find out why.
To get briefed, why are things happening?
That's right.
All right.
And here's the amount of information that they...
Another one you like, clearstation.com. What goes on there?
Clearstation is a community site as well as a great place to learn about technical analysis. It's also a terrific place to put a watch portfolio. I've created a watch portfolio that I'm showing you here.
What does that mean?
A watch portfolio is stocks that you may not own, but you want to learn more about.
Sort of theoretical portfolio.
Exactly.
And then there's sort of a chat room or a group of people around each one of these portfolios?
Actually, once you create a portfolio, you can actually make that portfolio public, and individuals who look at your portfolio can actually subscribe to it, and every time you make a recommendation or add something to your portfolio, they'll get mail.
So this is talking to peers, basically, about what's going on.
Exactly.
Reliable?
Very reliable. Oh, well, always double check everything that you hear about a stock on the internet.
Watch out for the pump and dump guys.
Exactly.
Right. Okay, last thing, freeedgar.com, where you can actually go in and find out what the big fund manager guys are doing.
That's right. If you read an article about a fund manager in Barron's and he sounds very smart, you can come over here to Free Edgar, type in that fund manager's name.
Okay, so some guy has a good track record, you want to know what he's doing before everybody else does, you can go in here and see what he's filed.
Every time one of these fund managers buys 5% of a stock, they must register that purchase with the government.
And you can see the registrations.
And you can see those registrations on the internet. I've put in the information here for a company called COP Investment Advisors. And as you can see here, this is a list of all the stock purchases and changes that they've made over the past 2 years.
John, thanks a lot.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, you may have seen ads on television for a high-end online trading service called Window on Wall Street. Well, in this internet world in which we think everything ought to be free, Window on Wall Street actually charges you $80 a month. What do you get for that? Well, here to tell us is Mitch Ackles of Omega Research. Hi, Mitch.
Hi, how are you?
Well, there is so much free stuff online, and we've seen a lot of it. Why would I pay $80 a month for something special from you? What is it?
A substantial amount of the free stuff that you find is all pushed to you as you request it. The difference with windowonwallstreet.com is you request it once, and it sends it to you automatically as it happens real time.
Now, when you say real time, distinguish what you're talking about versus what I might see on some of these other sites we've looked
As
at.
the trades occur, you see the trades.
Real time, no delay.
Real time. There is no delay involved.
So if information is critical, getting it, being the first guy to have that information is critical.
For the short-term investor, this information is key. You need to see the markets as they're trading, the news as it's
Let's go
happening,
through that screen. What are we looking at?
Well, what we're looking at now is a workspace on windowonwallstreet.com. We can go into the quote list, and you can see just like a standard application, you can see quotes, but these are on any symbols that you want.
Okay, again, this is real-time changes, actual transactions taking place in these stocks.
You're looking at every trade. You're looking at every trade. You even have the ability of filtering down.
As it happens, as it were?
As it happens.
Okay.
And that's why people would get it. You're also looking at individual lists. If you don't just want to see these standard quotes of groups you want to create, we have ranking lists already built in. So you may want to see individual losers on the NYSE or the
all right,
NASDAQ.
So I can sort all this information anyway. Now, can I do something really basic? I mean, I don't know. I say, hey, who are the guys that are moving up real quick today?
The guys that are moving up real quick, we can come over here. We can say we want to look at the NASDAQ percentage gainers.
Okay.
Or the dollar gainers, either one. And when we look at that,
there we go.
It's going to automatically pull that list in for us. And without much effort on our part, other than picking.
And I might say we're on a dial-up network here, right? You know, just a little over 28.8.
That's right.
And this stuff is pretty good in terms of real time.
And you not only have the NASDAQ, but you can do it by the NYSE, the Amex, or any of the major active exchanges. You can do it by volume, by dollar or percent.
And I see it's automatically ranked there, and that guy up top is up 28%.
That's right.
Now, you talk about providing something called NASDAQ Level 2 information, which is better than what everybody else gets. What does that really mean?
NASDAQ Level 2 information is a different dimension. With standard information, you're seeing the price, but you're not seeing who's behind the price or the volume or the activity. NASDAQ Level 2 allows you to look at another side of it. What you're seeing here is the bid side and the ask size for the market makers on the NASDAQ.
You said market maker. What is a market maker?
A market maker is an institution who's buying and selling large
So a big guy who's selling a lot of stock, and therefore he will affect the price of the market quite a bit. All right, so again, go back to the screen.
So when you look at this, you're seeing on the buy side, on the sell side, you're seeing actually what it's trading at, and you're seeing the size of what they're trading
All right,
as well.
so you're taking a look at big institutional buyers, pension funds, whatever, and you can see what are they doing and see that in real time also?
That's right. And as an individual, maybe you'll be able to get in on either side of that and take advantage of it to make money.
Now, is this for the guy who's literally a day trader buying 5 minutes later selling, or is this a guy who has a longer range view?
The information in windowonwallstreet.com, including NASDAQ Level 2, is for a short-term active trader.
Short-term defined as?
I would say a person in and out of the markets within a day or a couple of days.
Okay, but so this is an active trader?
Absolutely an active trader.
Yeah. What about charting and graphing? I mean, you able to do real-time stuff there and look at it in a visual way also?
Absolutely. We can look here at this individual chart. This is a 5-minute chart of Intel. It could be as small a time frame as 1 tick, so you could see a line for every trade. And you can insert any sort of custom analysis techniques. I could come in here and I can insert any one of the 40-plus indicators and pick those. But even stronger than that, we have a very neat feature. If you don't know what this means, we've got an interpretation built in that will define for you what these techniques
Now,
mean.
what about looking at news? We talked over there about catalysts. Certain things happen that drive a price. How do I look at, can I get an early look at information and announcements and so on?
You've got it. With the real-time news feature, you can not only filter for the news based on the symbol, but by the keyword. So you can say everything that comes across the wire that has the word internet and IPO in it,
stories for me.
Tell me and alert it.
Okay. Show me, you have a cool feature here where you can actually click on a symbol and it'll actually tell you what's going on at that moment on that story.
That's right. If I'm looking at the latest headlines and I see this Bank of America information, when I retrieve the article, if there's a ticker associated with it, I can just put my cursor over it.
And a little window opens up and says, hey, here's what's happening at this particular moment.
Right now.
All right. What about alerts? Can I set this up so that, again, if the information getting to me quick is important, I don't want to be staring at the screen all day long. How do you set up alerts in this?
You can set up alerts on any of the features, on the NASDAQ Level 2, on the quotes, on the charts, and on the
So
bids.
if anything I put together hits a certain price point, tell me right now?
It can not only tell you on the screen, it can send you a page or even an email.
Yeah. Any data that this really is valuable, that you're going to do better with this early information than the usual information?
For the short-term person, real-time is key. They'd have to get it from us or somewhere else, but they have to have it.
You're certainly there 15 minutes sooner than the other guy, I guess,
We should hope so.
Thanks a lot. All right, that's our look at online trading. I'll be back in just a moment with my pick of the week, the new color Palm Pilot. If you're shopping for a new PDA, you've got a dilemma. There's the standard, the Palm Pilot, but then there's all those sexier looking PDAs with gorgeous color screens, so which way to go? Well, your dilemma may be over. 3Com has just come out with the latest edition of the Palm Pilot. It's this little baby right here, the Palm 3C, C as in color. In fact, 256 colors on an active matrix TFT screen. Now, color may not be very important as a feature from a business point of view, but it is very cool, so let me show you. First of all, your Palm Pilot is now a portable color photo gallery for JPEGs. Second, Palm Pilot games are a lot more fun, like this new color version of backgammon. And you get a nifty new color calculator that offers specialized scientific and business functions. But some of the nicest new features on the Palm 3C have nothing to do with color, just enhanced functionality. My favorite is this new agenda view, which lets you see your datebook calendar and your to-do list on one page at the same time. Very nice. The Palm 3C also has a very useful new masking security device which lets you password protect specific files. For example, item 5 here on my memo pad. It shows me it's there, but I can wait to open it with my password later in a more secure environment. There are several other nice new features on the Palm 3C. It can now sync with Outlook as well as the Palm desktop, and you can now synchronize your Palm and your PC without using the cradle, using just the IR ports on both devices. The truth is, color doesn't really matter much when you're looking at appointments or contacts, but it does make the newest version of the Palm Pilot a lot of fun. That's it for this edition of Computer Chronicles. Thanks so much for joining us. If you need more information on anything you saw on the show, we've got all the links on our website. Hope we'll see you here again next time.
The Computer Chronicles is brought to you by BigStar.com, with thousands of videos and DVDs for the whole family. Additional support by TechWeb for up-to-the-minute technology news. And by TVA, Television Associates, bridging the worlds of computers and video with DVD authoring and MPEG encoding services.
To purchase a videotape copy of today's program, call toll-free 1-888-310-7850. Please specify the show number and the topic.
Next week on the Computer Chronicles, Computers and Politics. We'll show you the latest campaign software and web tools for running a political campaign. We'll meet a man who's using the internet to run a campaign for Congressman Tom Campbell, who's trying to unseat U.S. Senator Dianne Feinstein. We'll take a look at the website for the top presidential candidates and show you what works and what doesn't. We'll give you a peek into the future of 21st century democracy, voting online. Plus, my pick of the week, an amazing mapping program that is a must-have tool if you're in business. It's all coming up next week on the Computer Chronicles.